A piece of the whole. We're all stitched together by threads of the soul. I reach out, I reach in. Where do you end? Where do I begin? We are threads of light, weaving through the night, tied to the stars, to the reach wide, feel your warmth on the other side. We are threads of light, weaving through the night, tied to the stars, to the ones out of sight. Every touch, every tear, every laugh, every fight, we are threads of light. We are threads of light. We are threads of light. At dawn, they gather on the wire. Black wings folded, old and wise. They watch the thawing fields below, like keepers of the hidden signs. I came with dust on my knees and a prayer I couldn't say. One raven turned its knowing head and showed me where the path would end. Hear them rise over our names. Hear them carry what we can't explain. hear them carry what we can't explain. Raven circle, pull us near. Raven circle, make it clear we are one breath, one flame, one choir, one dark wing lifting the fire. Raven circle, call us home. Raven circle. When the night leans hard on the fields and the wind takes the willow's word, we lift our voices hand in hand like a prayer that wants to be heard. Raven circle, pull us near. Raven circle, make it clear we are one breath, one flame, one choir, one dark wing lifting the fire. Raven circle, call us home. Raven circle.
Oh, she did it again. Hey everyone, welcome Ravens. Happy Friday, guys. How is everyone? Let's see. Let's see how everyone is. Katie, thank you so much for kicking off this live with your amazing gift. Thank you so much. How are you doing, my love? Good vibes only again. Thank you. Thank you for your amazing gift. Thank you. That's super generous of you. I hope you're well. Julie, all of these gifts. Thank you so much. That's super kind of you. Thank you. What is going on? Muggsy, thank you so much for the laughing disco jewels. How appropriate for a Friday night. Thank you. Donna, gifted 1 channel membership. You are amazing. You are the GOAT, Donna. And welcome to whoever received that. Thank you, Glowy, for the jewels. My goodness, this is absolutely amazing. Thank you, Glowy. Melissa, well done. Oh, Melissa, congratulations for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. You've got lots of content to watch now over the weekend. Cookie, great to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your help. Essie, thank you for being here. Thank you for your help. Tara, thank you for your help. Thank you for being here. McLovin, hey, I'm in frozen shock phase. Brian's attorney filed a motion to disqualify Hitler from the case yesterday. Listen, park that. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But welcome, McLovin. Great to see you here. Bonnie, great to see you. Muggsy, great to see you. Trisha, great to see you. How you doing? Jess, great to see you. How you doing? Nicole, great to see you. Laura, great to see you. Debbie, great to see you. How are you? Essie, sorry, Kelly. Kelly, how are you doing? Essie, how are you doing? Ren Henniger, great to see you. Thank you. Moony Goldfinch, great to see you. Some names I don't recognise here tonight, but it's so good to see some new names. First live. I hope you enjoy it. Potsy, great to see you. Colleen, great to see you. Hey everyone, you're new. All these new faces. I love it. You're welcome. You're welcome into this Raven Circle. I hope you enjoy the live. And who else? Mooney, you getting another one? Another hello? Mooney Goldfinch. Great to see you. And yeah, I think I don't know if we've got everyone. as usual, probably missed Angela. Great to see you. Can't believe I nearly missed you. Who else I might have missed? Let me just quickly check. Cookie on the ball, as always. But I think we've covered just about everyone. So I do apologise if you're hiding somewhere and I haven't caught you. Andrea, Andrea, great to see you. Yeah, I think, and as I said, if I have missed anyone, please know it's not personal. So this news about where is that comment? If someone could be magic and bring it back up again, I don't know if that is possible. About someone's trying to get Hitler struck off the case. I knew nothing about this until I was reading the comments on the way in. So if you're still here, could you pop that comment back up if you are still here in the chat? Whoever it was that said that, because I've forgotten who it was. McLovin. Brian's attorneys filed a motion to disqualify Hitler from the case. Well, that's kind of promising, isn't it? When everyone had kind of written his attorney off, maybe we were wrong about him. But is there more to this? Is this a double bluff? Is it because Hitler's actually now seeing the truth and wants justice, so they want to get rid of him because he might be... Do you see what I mean? I don't know. Am I overthinking it? I don't know. But it would be interesting. Do you know what grounds they were trying to get him disqualified? Because they would have to give evidence as to why. Or could it be because Hitler was working, not being neutral in things originally? Well, he wasn't at all being a neutral party, was he? So, you know, they probably do have grounds, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's all happening now, isn't it? It's all starting, all the fun and games, but we'll see. So today we are doing a reading on Angela, 207-page document about why he is... Oh, that's going to be an interesting read. Is that available, the 207-page document, Angela? Is it actually been released to the public, or do you know? I might have to get my hands on that if it is. That might be some interesting content ideas, I have to say. So where's Coco when you need her? She's probably busy, actually. It's Friday night, so she's probably busy with the custody queens, I would imagine. So, oh, hello, Jeff. Good to see you here. How are you doing? It should be available to download. Okay, thank you, Essie. I'm going to have a look at that. Jules is going over it now. She always gets in there first, doesn't she? But she's much better at that kind of thing than me, to be fair. So I'll let her have that. So let's get going with the reading on Kennedy Fitzgerald. I know nothing about her. I know that there is an interview. I didn't watch it. I did not watch it. I, as always, go into this completely blind. So apart from Coco saying yesterday, not yesterday, the day before, she said it's more about her sister than her. I've had to park that one because we'll just see what happens. We'll see what comes up. But if it is true that she lived at the Whites, this could be an interesting one. So I'm not going to have to say the disclaimer because I did put it up on screen. But let me get my second camera up. like so. So, as always, guys, if you have got anything important, I will address it after the reading, but while I'm reading, no distractions. I have to sort of not engage in the chat. So anything that you are, you know, that's the bit we all get together and we talk about the reading and all sorts of other things. So yeah, don't worry, I'm not ignoring you. And before I begin, because I've actually remembered this time, I would like to say welcome to the replay crew. This is a reading for Kennedy Fitzgerald. And we're going to start with, as always, the True Intentions deck. She says she's still got the chat up. There we go. I bought a new deck as well. I bought another new deck, guys. Another new Oracle deck. I couldn't resist, and you'll see why in a minute. Okay, so True Intentions, Kennedy Fitzgerald. We have Revenge. Ooh, we're kicking it off strong with the Revenge card. And it says, I'm looking to damage you in retaliation for perceived wrongs. God, hopefully that's not her. But you know, you can't rule anything out, really. What is that about? Is this actually about her, or is it about knowledge that she has about someone's revenge? Getting some different cards coming out for her, which is great. And it's mutual. We're on the same wavelength, good or bad. Do you know what? It's always the quiet ones, isn't it? I say that because this name hasn't attracted so many people to this reading, because a bit like me, they're like, well, I don't know who that is, so I'm not going to bother. Well, I'm not saying everyone. A few people would have done that 100%. They would have just glossed over it, said, I'm not going to bother going doing that live. I might go and watch someone else's. But you might find that this might be one of the most significant readings I've done. I don't know yet, but it could be. And we have future. Our paths are destined to align though the purpose may still be unclear. Now, I can't remember whose friend she was. And I'm not going to bother trying, but it might come up. Maybe when I pull the tarot, I'll be able to identify who she was closest to out of the four. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Dylan or Bethany. I think it was one of the girls, I think. But like I said, we'll find out when we get to the tarot. So the next deck I'm going to use is, and I don't know why I'm being drawn to it, but I'm being drawn to the Places Oracle. So I'm just flipping these the right way because I put them in the box the wrong way up. So it's farm, agricultural work, livestock rearing. And that could be a clue. Wow. Okay. What if she knows something, you know? She knows stuff. because this feels like a link to something to do with a person that had their hand in taking the life of one of the victims. It's a little bit like the ranch energy that I used to talk about, remember, with Kaylee? Or Ethan, sorry, that was. And I seem to remember as well that Mr. El Goriaja, his family, don't they have a cattle business or something? Not cattle, but something like that. Then we have home, comfort, familiarity, security, belonging, and personal space. I don't know where she lives. I'm assuming if she's a student that she would live in one of the accommodations somewhere nearby. I mean, oh, sorry. I mean, we're saying that she lives at the Whites. What am I talking about? So that could be that. That could be about the Whites' apartments. Or is it something else? It's interesting because I'm getting Kaylee coming through. And then we've got factory. So I don't know if she was a friend of Kaylee's, but I'm getting Kaylee coming through. Sorry, thank you, whoever that was, for the gift. Thank you, Bonnie. That's super kind of you. Thank you. Sorry, we've also got factory. It says industrial production, manufacturing process, and assembly line. Oh, I've lost what she said. Sorry, guys. So the factory, see, this gives me energy of production. It gives me something associated with D-rugs. But we've got the home card in between farm and factory. Oh my God. I mean, if she lived at the White's apartments. Obviously there's more than one apartment, but I don't know if this is something to do with knowing that there's, you know, something industrial going on at the Whites potentially. Definitely a bit of distribution, but I think that would have been going on in a lot of places. But there would be key places, you know, amongst the student accommodation and also the privately owned accommodation that was used by students. So, and I don't know, I think the Whites apartments are privately owned but used by students. The next deck I'm going to use is the crime scene true crime investigation deck. I'll try and get Kaylee back. She came in to say something. Okay, she gave me a word which makes no sense to me. And she said fresher, or I don't know if it's fresher or fresher. And it's not freshman. Is there something? And I don't know why or what it means. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to shed any light on that one, but so this card says the lies sound rehearsed. Their story is smooth but too smooth. Rehearsed words cover a messy truth underneath. The detective note says, perfect story, no such thing. What's under that polish? So is this saying that she's lied? Or, I mean, to me, it can't be anything else. Is she lied? But is she lying under pressure? Because it doesn't sound, again, I haven't watched the interview. I really want to now, though, because this almost is saying she's lying, but she's making it obvious that she's lying. It's like saying, you know, I'm being forced to lie, but I'm not going to make it look natural. I don't know. It's calculated moves. This was no impulse. Every step was planned. Look at premeditated behavior. The detective note says planned every move. Who had the time to get it this precise? Well, I've said before that certain elements were definitely planned, but I never thought they were planned to go that far. And then we have objects out of place. Something at the scene doesn't belong. A misplaced item or absence of a personal object is a silent witness. Did we have this one last time? The detective note says something here doesn't belong. What feels wrong? What's missing? Because I'm sure when we had this one before, I said this is more about something being there that shouldn't be there. But this is definitely about something being missing. What is missing? And it will be something to do with the whites, not with 1122. And obviously I don't know because I haven't seen the inside of any of the whites' apartments. The only thing I've seen is the balcony outside with the bloodstains. Next deck, which is the new deck. It's the new deck. If I can actually get it. And it is, look at this. It's called the Blackbird Oracle. Of course I had to get it because it's, you know, all about ravens. And I used it for the first time today for my Friday Files reading. And it's bloody amazing, I have to say. So I will add this to my Amazon storefront. I haven't done it yet, but I will do. I'll probably need that book, so I'm gonna. There we go. So it's the Blackbird Oracle by Deborah Harkness. I recognise that name, and I'm sure I must have another deck of hers somewhere because that name's very familiar. But anyway, let's see. Getting sticky tape off. You know when you get a bit of tape stuck to you and you can't get it won't leave you, it becomes it becomes attached. It's gone. Okay. Okay, so come on, come back, Kaylee. You've obviously got something to say. Kennedy. Okay, she's just popped in. She's just popped in. She said she knows what Jack did, but she's talking about Jack Showalter, not Jack Ducour. She knows what Jack did. This card is the Green Lion. Some of them I'll have to read the meaning. Some of them I will just go with my intuition. I'm looking at the numbers here as well. So this adds up to 35. So the number 35, I'm making a mental note of that as well. Not that nothing's jumping out at me right now, but you know, maybe there's an apartment number or something, or could even be in the zip code or street. I don't know. Number plate. Then we have the skeleton. And we have the number 33. That's interesting. Do you know, I was thinking, wonder when 33 is going to come up. There it is. The Masonic number. By the looks of it, it's kind of the equivalent of the world because of the 4 symbols. Obviously, it's not the same. Actually, it's not, is it? Because there are only 2 symbols. You've got the hammer and the nails. It's almost like a sacrificial card. It's like a sacrificial card. And this looks like a female to me because of the hip bones. So was one of the females sacrificed? Does the green line represent jealousy? Maybe a jealous Leo? And then we have the loom. Get that on the camera. Even though it's being blown out by glare, unfortunately. Hang on, can we? These are the last of the. I'm going to have to sort this lighting out. It is very annoying. Let's try that. Okay, it's a little bit better. So we've got a loom, and the number on this card is I think, oh gosh, I'm bound to get this wrong. but I think it's 18. I might be wrong. XV111. I think it's 18. The loom, and I'm counting the numbers of the strings on this loom: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. I'm going to look up the meaning of that one. I don't want to look at the meaning of the others. I'm happy with what I've picked up. But the loom XV111. I can find it. There it is. So it says fate, time, destiny. Gosh, either I'm my eyesight is failing me, along with a lot of other things. Right, let's see. So it says, fate's loom holds the golden. I actually missed my optometrist appointment, so I meant to have an upgrade for my glasses. Even these aren't doing much good, so we'll see. We'll get through it. Don't worry. I just need some braille. Fate's loom holds the golden warp and silver weft of destiny, and her tapestry is intricate. When the loom appears, you are surrounded by the energy of destiny and must make important decisions about your future. We are all bound to some larger weaving, tied to others through love, responsibility, obligation, and even guilt. Depicted here is the handheld tape loom that was in every New England household in the 17th century. Quick look at this. With the loom, the women of the family literally made the ties that bound skirts, breeches, books, and other objects together. Examine your bonds closely. Which need to be repaired? Which threads are worn out and should be snipped and replaced? Is additional weaving required to support and sustain the fabric of your life? Within fate's weaving, our choices will affect the final design. Drawing earth along with the loom suggests, I don't know if I have or not, suggests you should examine your family ties with particular care. Is there some family ties here? I'm going to have to check if any of those cards are earth. Sorry, hold on. Make repairs and amends where desire. Oh my God. That's what Coco was saying about her sister. Okay. Examine your family ties with particular care. Make repairs and amends where desirable. Cut any ties that no longer serve. If you draw the knife as well as the loom, it is time to trim and tidy your life so that you can focus on what is truly important. When the skeleton is present, which it is, you are being urged to examine the warp and weft of your life, the structure that supports every brightly coloured thread of experience. Have they been twisted? Is it necessary to make a big change and undertake a new project or approach? Wow. So there are also some symbols and things here about the actual card, the loom. The affirmation is I bind. Color is gold. Tree, this may not make any sense, but I'm going to read them. Tree is blackthorn. Herbs and plants are flax. Gems and minerals, moss, agate. Metal, aluminium. slinker, I don't know what that means, chameleon, animal, griffin, bird, swan. Oh my God. The insect is silkworm. What did I say? Bombshells from Kaylee, like, was it 2 years ago? That she was telling me about someone called Silkworm that everyone knew in messaging because they were like the person to know for D-Rugs, or they were high up in the D-Rugs chain. No one knew the real name of that person, but they went by the name of Silkworm. And that person knew everything, whoever that actually is, because they're going by a pseudonym. No one, I still don't know who that actually was. But if you get that person, you solve the case. And I can't believe that that has just literally, let me just show you, just so you know I'm not making it up. Hold on, like, gosh, can't see. Where is it? Right at the bottom there, it says Silkworm. You can just about see because it's a little bit blurry. That's kind of blown me away a little bit. So I'm going to do the clarifying, and I'm trying to work out which deck to use. I'm not sure the deck I want is here. I am going to quickly go and grab it, guys. 1 second. Okay, I want to use the Urban Tarot for this. Okay. So let's see. This is amazing, this reading. I think anyway. It's one of those readings that's very it's giving a lot of information. I now want to know a lot more about this person. Sorry, I'm trying to put these cards back in the wrong box. Right. Okay, so let's see. We've got, I'm really sorry about that light. I'm going to have to see if I can fix it somehow. This one, it's that one. Could just send that over there that way. There we go. No. That way. There, that's better. Sorry, guys. Oh no. Oh no. No, not now. Not now. Oh, Jesus. Moose, please. Say hello. Right, we've got to go, baby. Okay. Right. Oh, chaos. Chaos. I don't know what. Oh, he was asleep, to be fair. To be fair, he was asleep in his bed, which is just off camera here. And I've just gone and chucked that like 2,000 watt light straight in his face. He's back. Please, come on. Right, come on. People. Get off. Oh, Jesus. So sorry. Crazy cat lady. Right. Thank you, Taurus, for that gift. And thank you, Denise, for that. Oh my goodness, for that gift. That's very kind of you. Poor old Moose. He wants to be part of it all. So anyway, let's get on back to the business in hand. Absolutely terrible, terrible director. Okay. So let's see. We've got I'm looking to damage you in retaliation for perceived wrongs. I want to know who this is. Okay, who is Kennedy talking about here? She knows about someone who was trying to exact revenge on someone. I'm trying to think of the right question here. So I'm going to ask the question, did this person that wanted to exact revenge also live at the White's apartments? Give me a major arcana card if it's yes, and a minor arcana if it's no. And we have one that's flipped, which is the Two of Swords. So no, they didn't live at the Whites. Did the person that wanted to exact revenge that Kennedy knew about live at 1122 King Road? Give me a major arcana if it's a yes, or a minor arcana if it's a no. And we have the Chariot, which is a major arcana card, which means that, yes, someone that wanted to exact revenge did live at 1122. So that has to be Dylan or Bethany. Did she know about Dylan? It's also a Chariot card. The Chariot is the card for Cancer. And guess who's Cancer? Xana. So is this specifically about Dylan's revenge on Xana that she knew about? That doesn't mean just because she knew that Dylan wanted revenge, doesn't mean that she knew that Dylan had involvement in taking someone's life. It could be that she knew that she had beef with someone. Okay, so I have to be careful about what I say here. But once you know that, and then you find out what's happened, you kind of would put two and two together and pretty much come up with four. So but there's more to this. That's like, I feel like I'm sitting interviewing her. I feel like I'm interviewing her, but she's giving me honest feedback rather than what she did in the actual interview. So she's saying, yeah, I knew about Dylan. I knew about her feelings towards Xana, and I knew that she had plotted some kind of revenge. She doesn't make me feel like that revenge was to end Xana's life. I don't think it would have been. It was just to teach her a lesson, humiliation, whatever, that got out of hand. Very much the same way that Ethan's punishment got out of hand. So I'm parking that there for Dylan. Then we have these cards, which is something else going on here. So we've got the farm and the factory, which I think something to do with the distribution of D-rugs. And the home in the middle. So what do I want to ask? I want to ask, I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to pull some cards and see what comes out. The Star in reverse. By the way, I apologize. I don't know why I flipped that card upright when it was actually reversed when it came out. It's reversed because Xana's passed. So I just realized I turned it back up the other way, and I didn't mean to do that. So we have the star in reverse, which could be an Aquarius. Or it could be someone that is a loose cannon. And I don't know who we're referring to, but maybe I'll get down to it in a second. I don't know what star sign Peter Elgoriadja is, but if anyone knows, obviously save it for the chat afterwards. Then we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So I just want to show you the imagery on this card, which is partly why I picked these cards, because they're very, I don't know, some of the characters here remind me of people that are involved, or, you know, people that we know of in the Idaho 4 case. So here we've got the Knight of Wands, but also being labelled as the rock star. Straight away, again, it gives me, I don't know about anyone else, this gives me total Pete Elgoriadja vibes. It's reminding me of him and Ethan singing Country Roads. And it comes in the reverse position because Knight of Wands energy in reverse. We're talking fiery, volatile energy. What is this home card about? Comfort, familiarity, security, belonging, personal space. And why? What does Kennedy know? Kennedy knows something happened at Elgoriadja's home. Or because allegedly, well, not allegedly, because he says it himself in his interview, that Ethan and Xana went back to his place and he was the last person to see them. That's interesting, that I was the last person to see them. I know that because I killed them. I'm not saying that, but that's the only way you would know. Or they passed away in front of me. It's one of the two. But I believe that Ethan was at his place. And I as I've seen in the past, Xana got separated from him. What I think happened was, or what I've seen, or what I've been told spiritually, is that they were together after the formal, or they met up after the formal, and then Ethan said to Xana, I've got to go and pick up some supplies. I'll be back with you. I'll meet you at, and I think they were meant to meet at Sigma Chi. I don't know if they went to Sigma Chi before or after, but irrelevant. I don't know where they were going to meet. So she's like, okay, cool. See you there. And whether he's bumped into Pete or Pete's gone with him and said, come back to mine first. And then we'll go and do this together. Or he's picked up some of the supplies at Pete's place. I don't know. But that's when I said I saw Hunter Johnson was there. They ended up sitting down and playing a video game. And then all of a sudden, this is what I see actually happening. Pete's gone to find some, presumably because it is at his property, some of the D-rugs that are either missing or his money's missing. Something's not there. He loses his mind and starts accusing Ethan, saying, you were the only person that was here. It couldn't have been anyone else. Anyway, that's the start of it. That's not what I saw. I didn't see him ending his life there and then. I saw it happening later on in a much more elaborate way where he put him through some stuff. So, but what I can't figure out is how does Kennedy know all this? Or how did she know it at the time? So we've got the 8 of Swords. No. The 8 of Wands. Sorry, the 8 of Wands. And the card says swiftness because things changed very quickly. Things happened. I mean, they changed very quickly. For Ethan, I don't think they happened quickly, not from what I've seen. But this is something to do with Kennedy. Now, I need to get into what on earth is going on with her sister in a minute. Let's see. Objects out of place. Let's have a look at this one. Something at the scene doesn't belong. A misplaced item or absence of a personal object is a silent witness. Kaylee, come on, help me. Something at the scene doesn't belong, but it's not that. It's something missing. This time it's about something being missing. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man. Something that would usually be suspended is not there. And the only things I can think of that would be suspended are things like light fixtures in the ceiling, or maybe curtains, or drapes. You call them in the United States. Suspended. I suppose you could say pictures are suspended. But then how would you know? You know, it's like how am I ever going to know what's in that apartment that was there and then isn't there? Dominion, which is the 2 of Wands in reverse. So this is, I'll show you the picture in the upright. It's like I really need Kaylee to come through. I can feel her. She's not. Why is she not engaging with me? There's a couple here. But honestly, I feel like it's a couple, like a couple, a girl and a boy. Who is this? It might be people the feeling I'm getting is it might be people I'm not familiar with. Gosh. Okay. Sister energy. The skeleton, the green lion, the loom. So as it said, the loom and the skeleton. Let me read that meaning again, just quickly. Something about family, wasn't it? When the skeleton is present, you are being urged to examine the warp and weft of your life, the structure that supports every brightly coloured thread of experience. Have they twisted? Is it necessary to make a big change? No, it wasn't that. It was to do with the Earth card. Hold on. Drawing Earth along with the loom suggests you should examine your family ties with particular care. Make repairs and amends where desirable and cut any ties that no longer serve. So that to me is a direct indication that something going on with a family tie. And purely because of what Coco said, I'm assuming it's something to do with a sister. So show me, I'm going to ask the question, give me a major arcana if Kennedy's sister had involvement in what happened to one of the 4 people that lost their life on the 13th of November 2022 in Moscow, Idaho. It's a minor arcana, so it's no. She didn't have involvement, but she either knows someone or she's with someone who had involvement, as in, and I don't know if this is about dating someone or backing someone or protecting someone. That's what that card's about. Eight of Swords in reverse. I'll show you the upright version. And it says interference. Look at all the snakes. Look at all the snakes and the swords. But it came in the reverse, which means that they avoided interference, or they blocked interference, or they protected. It's like this could be the couple I'm talking about here with the Dominion card. It's like there's a couple. Was it Kennedy's sister and her boyfriend or her girlfriend, whatever it could be, 2 people working together. And then we have the Magician in reverse. Is it? Sorry, no, it's not. Why have I said the Magician? It's not the Magician. I thought it was, but this is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I'll show you the imagery again. This has been labeled the Matriarch. I don't think it's not going to focus, unfortunately. It's been labeled the Matriarch. It came in the reverse. The image is of an older lady who's clearly the matriarch, the head of the family. In around the table, we have 2 males, one who looks older, sort of fatherly, almost like Steve G energy here. Sorry, it's not focusing. And then next to them looks like, it's hard to tell whether that's actually a couple. Could be a couple. Another sort of middle-aged male here with a beard. So who is this? Queen of Pentacles reversed. And someone, again, I'm getting that female energy, someone who pulling a lot of strings, has a lot of power, has a lot of influence, has a lot of money. What's the connection? I know nothing about the Fitzgerald's parents, but essentially this could be a parent of theirs, or Is it something to do with the boyfriend's mother? I mean, oh my God, I have to ask the question, or it is putting it out there. Was Kennedy Fitzgerald's sister dating El Goriaja? I don't know. It's a long shot, but my God, wouldn't it be amazing if that was true? But if that was the case, it would make sense, because then you've got the matriarch being the parent of El Goriaja. They've got a bit of an empire in the family, a lot of influence, a lot of money. I don't know. That I don't know how else to explain it. And the last card I'm pulling is the Nine of Pentacles. When you look at if you can see it, no, you can't. Unfortunately, this camera it's got a fixed focus to focus on the cards on the desk, but it says gain. So I feel like Kennedy knows a lot. She's in a difficult place though, because if what I'm seeing is even slightly true, her sister, essentially if she cares about her family, if she cares about her sister, there's her reason for keeping quiet. There's her reason for not speaking up. But there's also money here. So that is the reading for Kennedy Fitzgerald, one of the most powerful readings I've done in a long time, I think. Thank you to the replay crew for being here. And I say thank you for all your love, your support, your encouragement, and your engagement. That return to you tenfold. Until next time, enjoy the journey. So that's just for the replay crew. Let's get the chat back up. 1 second, guys. Okay. We've got a few more people in here now. So, what is the general feeling about this reading? Has anyone had any comments that they, I love to hear what your opinions are. Lofty, Thresher, thank you. Separates the wheat from the chaff. Biblical reference again, possibly. Interesting, thank you. I'll have to, I don't know why she popped in just with that word. Feeling laundry room also. What do you mean by laundry room, Kelly? What do you mean you're feeling, as in, are you using laundry as in laundering something, or literally you want me to read the laundry room? Yeah. Might be worth a shot. The green line is giving jealous Leo. What's her sign? So I don't think that was pointing towards Kennedy herself, but it could be someone else who had reason for revenge, which is interesting because I know that Dylan is Libra, but she might have, Leo ascendant, which would also count. Isn't she the one who said Dylan told her she saw the guy who unalived Ethan? I don't know anything about her, so I don't know. I'll have to take your word for that, Brenda. Peter Zodiac, not sure. He was born in July, could be Cancer or Leo. If he's Leo, that would fit. Do you don't know what date in July, do you, Nicole? I'll be able to tell you whether he's Cancer or Leo. Was Ethan kicked out of the frat and living with Xana? Again, I don't know. I know that he spent most of his time at 1122. He did. I thought he did have his own place, but he just never really spent much time there. Yeah, I thought he did. He just spent most of his time at 1122. Where's Pete's family ranch? Pass. I don't know if it's a ranch, but I just know that they have a family business where they're raising, I'm sure it's something like meat, or I'm sure, is it cattle? I'm sure it's something like that. Emma Bailey has a ranch for horses. Emma's family. Okay. I don't connect her to what Ethan's told me, to be honest. Tim DeWolf was at the Whites that night. He said something like do on his interview. What do you mean? Sorry, Debbie. Don't know if I'm misreading it or said something. Isn't who dating Tim DeWolf? Okay, we have to put people's names in because otherwise I don't know who we're talking about. Are you talking about Kennedy or her sister? So it's either Kennedy or her sister. Again, I don't know. I know nothing about Kennedy. I know nothing about her sister. All I knew is that she had an interview and she lived at the Whites, or may have lived at the Whites. But these are all things I need to find out, you know? And Tim DeWolf. These cards are too good for this reading. You talking about the new deck, Taurus? It's amazing, isn't it? This deck is amazing. I'm so impressed. Vibes give me why they were singing loud. Yeah, when you listen to that audio, you hear them singing and then you hear them all like whooping and hollering and like literally raising the volume to cover up 100%. I 100% agree with you on that, Terry. What else could it be, you know? It's just horrific. See, he wasn't kicked out. His grades were bad, so he couldn't live there. He had an apartment, but spent most of the time at 1122 with Xana. Yeah. Thank you, Essie. Tim was, let me just get the light back. Gosh. Okay. That's Tim was at the Whites that night. He said he was in Tim was at the Whites that night. He said he was in his interview. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And again, Tim DeWolf, I don't know. I probably need to read him as well. I haven't added his name to the jar, but I probably need to. Thank you, Moony Goldfish. Thank you for being here. If you haven't already left. Been asking about the room on the bottom floor forever. I did do a reading on that room, the spare room, at 1122. If that's what you're talking about. I have already done a reading on it. And I did it well before any, bracelets or jewellery or anything was mentioned. That reading was done a long time before that. That Tara's like busily looking for that link now. I can see her. There she goes. There it is. Thank you so much, Good Vibes, for the gift. the gold coin. Super kind of you. Do apologize, by the way. 1 second, Taurus, about the interruptions with Moose. He was very insistent. But anyway, this necklace, I actually made it myself. Don't look at it close up because it's not a great example of how you wrap crystals at all. It's just really badly wrapped with wire. But but this is a Herkimer diamond. So, and if you, I don't know if you know about Herkimer diamonds, they're not real diamonds, but they have amazing energy. And I haven't worn this for such a while. I thought, oh, I just saw it this morning, and I thought it's about time I wore my Herkimer again. But any crystal that is clear, say clear, a lot, most crystals are clear, but I mean, as in colorless clear, will give you the same energy. So they give you clarity. That crystal will give you clarity, clear energy. It will remove blockages. It will enhance. You know, that's like the same as clear quartz. But Herkimer diamonds have got something extra. I don't know. I feel like Herkimer diamonds are very good to work with your third eye. Didn't help me much with Kaylee though, I have to say. But yeah. Thank you, Robin. Oh, good to see you. I didn't know you were here. Great to see you. Alpha Lambda Phi lived on Taylor in Moscow. She wasn't a friend of Kaylee. She just knew of her. Okay, well, Kaylee didn't come in, to be fair, and say, oh, she's my friend, and started talking about her. She just came in and said that word, and I don't know why. So yeah. Hi, so elated to see your readings become validated. The one part of the IDFO 4 that still feels so true, someone was pregnant. Do you still sense that? By the way, thank you, Donna, for the donation. That's super kind of you. Super, super generous. Thank you. I so appreciate you. Good to see you as well. I don't know if you popped in while I was doing the reading because I didn't see you at the beginning. But thank you. So with the pregnancy situation, there was a couple of different scenarios where I felt there could have been a pregnancy. One of them was Bethany and Jack D, and the other one was potentially Kaylee. Now, if there was a pregnancy with Kaylee, what I don't believe is that she was pregnant when she passed. I think, thank you, Rev Bev. Thank you so much. Super kind. Thank you. I think she may have had, she may have ended up falling pregnant, unplanned, and ended up terminating is what I picked up. And I hate to say it, but I think that has a lot to do with how it was a lot of it was the cause of her distress because of that. And I think that might have been partly why she was self-harming and things, because of having to terminate a baby. I think there's something very dark about that. I'm not going to get into it now, but I don't think this was just about her having a fling with a guy, and then, there is something darker about that, about the cause of her pregnancy, but I'm not going to get into that now. Robin, I'd love for you to do another reading on Hitler now that Brian has filed to get rid of him. Yes, very good idea. Should we actually schedule that for the next reading? Can we have a vote? Can we have a vote in the chat if we think have a vote to see if the next reading should be Hitler? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if you'd rather I pulled one out the jar at the end of this reading. Getting 1 so far. Yeah, thank you so much, Wildfire. That's super kind of you for the gift. Thank you. All these new names. So I think it's a yes. We're going to do Hitler. We're going to do Hitler, which will be on Monday. Can we do Stacey Chapin again? I think she's in the jar. So she will come out when she's meant to come out. But yeah. Shall I put her, just in case she's not in there, I'll put her name in there. Thank you, Taurus. Silkworm into the jar. That's tricky because even if I put silkworm in the jar, it doesn't mean I'm going to get a name. That would require channeling someone. I'm not going to, by putting silkworm's name in the jar, I'm not going to be able to work out who silkworm is, which is the whole point. And I need to channel someone that knows who silkworm was. And so far, I don't think anyone does. I think this person is so elusive. Lauren, thank you so much for the jewels. You are amazing. Thank you. Girl power. Thank you. Did you read the locked room on the first floor, Sue? I can't recall. I think it's important. Is that the same room as the spare room? I don't know. What is the locked room? Is that how many rooms are there on the ground floor? You've got the spare room, and then you've got on the other side of it, Dylan's room, was it? I thought there was only 2 rooms. Or is that something else? Welcome, Marina in the Woods. Welcome to the family. Thank you for becoming a member. You're going to be busy now watching all that content, members' content. Cookie, not the spare room, was a locked room on the first floor where the tools were and the water heater. The girls said what? Sorry? The girls said they didn't know the code to unlock it. Oh yeah, I mean I could do a reading on that. Let me just pop Stacey in the jar. Do I do a reading on it or do I channel? Let's see. What do we call it? A utility room, locked utility room. Utility room 1122 King Road. Would love a reading on how international scrutiny is helping hurting true justice for the 4. That's getting political. That is getting political. And it's like, it's not just them. It's not just, gosh, there are so many cases happening, which is you're getting similar energy about. Does anyone know, by the way, if the Lindsay Clancy case have they come to a verdict yet? Because I know that it's being deliberated, isn't it, at the moment? If anyone in the chat knows. Yeah, I don't know about that particular question. It's a good question. It might be a better question to have as an open panel kind of live stream to have a discussion about rather than doing a reading on it. Still no verdict, Tina. Good to see you, Tina. I didn't see you come in. How are you doing, my love? Yorkshire Pudding, good to see you. Didn't see you come in. Do you think the matriarch card could be Stacey? I was thinking that. I was thinking that. Oh, why was I thinking Stacey? You on the same wavelength as me. But then where does she fit into Kennedy Fitzgerald's reading? I don't understand. You know, unless Stacey went around having a little chat with certain people to say, listen, I know what you know, and you're going to keep your mouth shut. Who knows? To thank you, Teresa, for the jewels. Thank you so much. That's super kind of you. Tina, you had a few bad days. You're visiting my friend, so we'll help each other. Oh, bless you. Oh, I hope you feel better soon, my love. Ellen, first thing, good to see you as well. I didn't see you come in. I think a lot of people have popped in while I've been busy. First thing Gundy was on about the locked cupboard room. Okay. Well, it's in the jar, so we'll see. Police seemed really interested in that room. It was padlocked. How hard is it to I'm not being funny, as a member of law enforcement, how hard is it to break a door that's got a padlock on it? You would think that they would have managed that. But then, okay, we're talking about Moscow police. I could have managed that actually because I've got a pair of bolt cutters. So they needed me there. Shame. Never mind. But you can still break it with bolt cutters, Monica. Sorry, not Monica. Cookie. Not Monica, sorry. Good to see you, by the way, Monica. I believe the room was part of the reason the house was knocked down. Blimey. Moosey could do it. He probably could. He probably could. He's very good at unlocking padlocks, Moose. He's a bit of a, what do you call it? A lock picker. I'm talking rubbish. Handicat locksmith. Exactly. Yeah. He goes around breaking into people's houses. That's why I had to keep him. That's why I kept him as an indoor cat. Terrible he was. Cat burglar. Stop. Or another reading on Brian and how he's feeling at this time. Debbie, that's a good one. I did a reading on him not so long ago. But yeah, he definitely deserves another reading. Maybe give him some time. It might be too soon to do a reading right now because I think how he's feeling right now, I could probably sum it up. He's probably hopeful and determined, maybe. Thank you, Tara. If that's the reading I think it is, and it's the thumbnail says something like, did he lie or something? Someone commented on that, and I wonder if I can find the comment. Sorry, I feel like I need to read this comment because this is just ridiculous proof that someone sees the title and the thumbnail and doesn't even bother watching the video. Let me see if I can find it. Videos. Oh, I'm on my wrong channel. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves, guys, while I look for this. But it's going to be worth it, I promise. Just proves that I do read your comments. I don't get a chance to respond to all of them, unfortunately. Where is it? So let's search. That's the only way I'm going to find it. Brian. Where is it? There it is. So the thumbnail on this particular reading might not be the one that you've just there exposed. He lied. Okay. So that's the thumbnail. Now you would look at that, wouldn't you, and think straight away, what do you mean? He lied. I'll explain in a moment. I'm going to read this comment. When I find it. Oh, for God's sake, why can't I find it? There we go, I found it. So it says, from someone called Clay hyphen WH4ZG, so you can log that name if you want to. They've said, here we go. You just lost your credibility with me, and no doubt a lot of others. You're correct when you say you don't know all of the facts. I don't. I know quite a bit. And I'm afraid it's facts that rise over psychic readings and your cards, which I actually also am quite familiar with myself. No, this was done with 3 separate weapons. Facts. There is another blood DNA they have. 165 stab wounds and blunt force trauma. A 6-foot-something footballer, and Xana. Don't forget her who fought like a warrior. There's too much pointing away from Brian. On the footage and audio, the attacks clearly go on for hours. Several voices can be heard. Brian hadn't even left his house when it first started. It was not done in 12 minutes. And even if it was, do you honestly think a man with autism, I also have a lot of experience with my sons, could manage all that? Come on, Sue. This is wrong. And please, it's really not helping this case any. It's already screwed by people who don't know the real facts and simply wish to ruin any chance of him being found not guilty. This should not be aired. There are future jurors who will watch this and be completely confused with what you're saying. Whichever way you intend it to be conveyed, not entertainment purposes, character destroying purposes. My response to this was, did you even watch the video? It would appear from your comment that you did not. Crazy. So the reason the thumbnail says exposed he lied, I thought was quite clever, because it's about him taking the plea deal, standing up in court and lying about the fact that he did it. But anyway, she wasted a lot of he or she, could have been a he, Wasted an awful lot of hot air there. I was, yeah. You want to check maybe before you go off on a rant like that. Just check that, especially knowing, my stance on the Idaho 4 and everything I've built up to this point. When was that actually, that comment? Yeah, it was only one day ago they left that comment. If they've watched any of my content, at what point do you honestly believe that I was going to suddenly publish a video doing a complete 180 saying, actually, I was wrong, he lied? Do you think it's that is totally Steve G? Well, no, because they're saying whoever made this comment is saying that Brian is innocent. I listen, I don't take stuff like that personally. It makes me laugh, honestly, because they so got it wrong. It's like you've made yourself look really stupid. Hey, Coco, good to see you. How are you? Has everything gone quiet or has my chat just stopped? You can't take things personally. You're right, Cookie. I really don't. And to be honest with you, I think I'm very lucky. I need to touch some wood here because I really don't get a lot of negative backlash or comments at all. I mean, I do have a filter on that just moderates very slightly. It's only very basic moderation on my comments. And I have, if I wanted to, I could go and check the comments that have been held, but I don't do that. Why would I do that? Because I know it's all going to be very horrible. So I don't. But I don't, I don't get a lot of negativity, which I'm surprised by, to be honest. Even when on TikTok, and TikTok's the place. If you're going to get negativity, you're going to get it on TikTok. And I don't get a lot of it there either. Interestingly, guess what, guys? I've got to tell you. I got an email notification today about this channel to say that as of yesterday, I've made 1,500 uploads. It just blew me away. 1,500 videos I've made on this channel since I started it in 2023. And I actually only really got going with it in 2024. That's a lot of videos. That's crazy. So, yeah, probably the first, I would say probably the first 500, which are all the zodiac readings. I was going to say are probably not worth it, but I can't say that, can I? I cannot say they're not worth it. Of course they were worth it. Otherwise I wouldn't be, without that, I wouldn't be here. As in, not literally, but, and I've watched them all. Have you, Ren Henniger? You deserve a medal if you have. Flocking brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Debbie. No way, the Dum Dum watched the video. Talking about Steve G again. Need to watch all of them. Oh, goodness. Listen, if you go back to my very first video, you'll be shocked. I was nothing like I am now. Oh, God, there's something about the very first video you ever do on YouTube, and it's probably the same for most people, unless you've got a really big ego. But you're just this kind of, I don't know. I was so insecure. So I didn't know what I was doing. And yet it's weird, isn't it? Because I'm putting out that video thinking it's no one's ever going to watch this. Why am I worried? But I was so worried. I was like, oh my God, I don't want people to watch this. It's really embarrassing. And they did. And they did. And that's why I actually, the very first video I did, I coined the phrase enjoy the journey, because back then I was hoping at least someone would watch, just to watch me on my journey, you know, which is a bit kind of narcissistic of me, really. But thank you, Donna. Thank you. I love that you're going back through the early ones on Sunday with Lee. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Robin. I'm not sure at what point I stopped doing that, because I think I just want to get all the main characters out the way, and then not characters, but the main people. And then but then there's other things I get drawn to, like, for instance, who was I thinking about doing this Sunday, which was going to be a bit of a diversion, going back to a different reading because it was relevant to what's going on now. And of course, my mind's gone blank. It will come back to me, hopefully. Hopefully. But yeah, I love my Sundays with DA. And I just wish I had more time to catch up with him as well. It's like there's this huge gap between and we don't catch up. And I know he's getting into tarot as well, and I want to find out more about that side of things. And I loved the video when you talked about your journey. You had 238 followers when I started watching. I think, oh wow. Oh wow. I know. I remember being absolutely beside myself when I got my first 100 subscribers. And I think that probably took 6 months or so. I don't know, but it took a while. I love using my runes to help clarify. You're going to have to help me with the whole runes thing, Cookie, because I have got runes, but I should use them actually more for the readings. So that's a good idea. I should keep my runes out on the desk as well, because I need to learn them. Yeah, great idea. You can help me. You can help me. You can be my runes lady. If I start bringing runes out to clarify some readings. Did you ever see the video that Huda London did on the state of JD's hands? I think I did watch. I don't know if I watched the whole thing. My hazard of my job is that I will try and watch things, and then something happens and I get distracted and taken away from it. So 9 times out of 10, if I'm watching a video, I'll watch part of it. But yeah, I did watch some of it, and it is interesting. But what I have got from that is not necessarily that he was one of the perps, but I do feel like Jack got involved in a bit of a nasty fight that night. Maybe, I don't know if it was before everything went down or after everything went down, but he definitely got involved in a fight. So you want to look for the other person that's also got injuries, because Jack's one of them. There'll be at least one other person that's also got injuries, either to their hands and then that'll give you an idea of who he was fighting. Did he fight the person? Did he end up in a fight with the person that took Kaylee's life? It could be that. Sorry, what was that comment before that one, Tara? DM had broken fingernails. The mess his hands were in. If he'd been fighting DM, I think there'd have been more. She'd have had more than broken fingernails. Can we do another reading on the governor and the other guy's name, Chad? Oh, Chad, but I know who you mean. You're talking about Daybell. Daybell. I've done a reading on the governor. You want another reading on the governor? I don't feel the need to do another reading yet on the governor, because I don't think anything's changed since that reading I did on him. I don't know what I would pick up that would be different now compared to what I got then. You're talking about Brad Little, I presume, and Chad Daybell, who is to do with the Laurie Daybell case. There are links there because, again, Ethan or Kelly gave me links to that case a long time ago, 2 years ago. So, yeah, maybe I should do a reading on the Daybells. Hi, Monica. Do you have the LL and KR cameras in your jar? Linda Lane and KR. What's KR? King Road. I have done readings on 1122, which is obviously the main house. 11112, which is the Pumpkins house where you know, you're hearing all the noise and the screams and everything, except it's not there. It's coming from 1119, just to let you know. So I have done them. I haven't done Linda Lane yet. Hey, Coco. Pooh Bear. I've always felt like Silkworm was male. It's a male dealer of some kind, but not a dealer, more like a I've forgotten what they're called, people above the dealer. Do you have it? Yeah. Linda Lane. Who is at Linda Lane anyway? What is the property on Linda Lane? Hey, Sparkly Pixie Dust. Good to see you. So it's the White's apartments on Linda Lane. Okay, so yeah, I've done a reading on that as well. Sorry, what was that? Pooh Bear? Peter's girlfriend was... Sorry. Was with... Hang on, I'm trying to figure this out. Peter's girlfriend was with Ethan and Xana at the apartments, and Bethany said she saw Ethan... I'm having difficulty translating this. Saw Ethan there, but who knows? Is that what you're saying? Peter's girlfriend was with Ethan and Xana, allegedly at the apartments, and Bethany said she saw Ethan. Okay. Yeah, from what I could tell, Coco, her sister has got, well, say she's got more than info. She's like involved. Not directly involved, but was her sister, just tell me if you know, Coco, was Kennedy's sister dating someone? Do you know who? What, Tim DeWolf? Okay, I need to put him in the jar. Okay. He's going in the jar. Well, looky there. Exactly, Cookie. Yeah, you're gonna have to watch that reading, Coco. It was a good one. It was a good one. Apparently there's an image of someone dumping evidence in the bin around 5 a.m. ish. Would someone be that? I'm not being funny, but would someone be that stupid to dump evidence in a bin that's right by the house? I don't believe that. I just don't. I love that. Let's flock and go. Yeah, Essie, and then get picked up by someone. You don't know it's possible. What, that they dumped stuff in the bin? I mean, unless someone dumped stuff in the bin because they're trying to frame someone else, like they don't care if they incriminate someone else. But I find it hard to believe that someone would dump their own evidence in that bin if they were directly involved. I mean, anything is possible, but I just find it hard that someone would incriminate themselves so easily. You don't know if it was evidence. What? So they're just putting their snack wrapper in the bin. That's okay then. Hey, Sean. Good to see you. So, what are people's plans for the weekend? Is anything exciting happening? Essie, he lifts the lid and he puts something in there. That's what bins are for. No? Yeah, I remember seeing that, Tara, about the that's not good, is it? It's not nice and it's not normal. Oh God. I'm going to go bowling with my sister and her kids tomorrow evening. Hopefully that doesn't fall through, Cookie. You know what? You know why things have been falling through? Tara, been there, done that. That's a classic. Yeah, you know why things are falling through for you, Cookie? Why they've been happening but not happening? That is because you lost the Wheel of Fortune card. You need to get that replaced. You're stuck on the wheel. It's going round and round and you can't get off. So you need to get that card replaced. Nicole, you're going to a cabin in Great Eagle. Ooh, that sounds nice. Has that got any link to? Probably not. Sorry, my brain's just gone somewhere. Well, I'm going to have to complete what I was about to say. I immediately went to Hotel California by the Eagles. But, has that got anything to do with the Eagles, Hotel California? Hopefully not, because once you check in, you can never leave. So hopefully it's not it's not that hotel. Sorry, what's this about? Kitties? Kitties. So a couple of you are having interesting weekends. Getting my grandkids and going swimming. It's been over 100 degrees in Texas for 3 weeks now. I remember that was yeah. I don't think we quite made it over 100, but it was damn close here, and I'm glad it's over, hopefully. It's apparently pics of them. So yeah, my weekend, don't really have any plans, but I do have a lot to do, so it's just as well. Yeah. You've been at the lake all week? What lake? Who have you been at the lake with? I'm hoping for rain to calm the wildfires in Nevada. Oh, God. Do you live close by? 1984. Good to see you, by the way. Oh, gosh. I take it you must live nearby because you're worried. Oh, bless you. How close is it? Oh, I can't imagine what that's like. Um, that sounds like a good plan, Cookie. Relax, meditate, study, work on a deck you're attempting to make. I'll have to get your opinion. Don't. I've been trying to make an oracle deck. It's a lot harder than you think. It's a lot harder than you think. It'd be easy. I think it'd be a lot easier to make a tarot deck because obviously you've got all the cards. All you've got to do is create the illustrations. Whereas if you're making an oracle deck, you've got to think of everything. You've got to think of the text, the imagery, what the theme of the cards are. Yeah. So I wish I was like 10 again because my imagination used to be firing I used to write poetry when I was at school, and I used to literally think of a poem and it'd be down on the paper in 5 minutes flat. And it was, I'm not just saying it, it was good. The poems I wrote, my mum used to say to me, they're all really dark and depressing, your poems. And I'm like, well, yeah, but all poems really are depressing, aren't they? You don't really read poems that are about skipping joyfully through the daisies. Most good poems are kind of a little bit depressing, but I used to write poems about everything. I wrote if there was a news event, a large, like, for instance, I wrote a poem on the Challenger explosion when it happened. Um, yeah, crazy. Yeah, even music. You're right, Tara. It's just all about, broken hearts and yeah. You're still a writer. There's a few writers here with us. We've got Cookie's a writer, Tara's a writer, I'm a writer. Creativity is your forte. Exactly. I think if you're intuitive, you are naturally creative. The two go together. Sending me pics, please do, Coco. I would really like that. Gen X. Yes, I am Gen X. I think probably most people in chat are Gen X, I would imagine. Seems to be that sort of age group that watch my channel. Just hanging with Lola and Tito. Oh, that's the best. The best company you can have are your doggies and your pussycats. Love to see your poems. Do you know what? So would I. There's a story behind that because I used to write all my poems in this book. I can vividly see it. I was like 11, 12 when I bought this hardback notebook. I remember the illustration on the front of it and everything. And I called my poems the Tranquility series. And I used to sign my name after every poem with the Gemini symbols, so the one and the one, the like the Roman numerals number 2 kind of thing. And at the front of the book, I wrote something like, "This is my collection of poems. This is the Tranquility series." Um, I can't remember what the description was, but I did put in there something along the lines of, "If this book ever becomes lost, I hope that you look after and appreciate and nurture this book as much as I have." Guess what happened? I lost the book. I don't know where it went. And I obviously, because back then, centuries ago, you didn't, there was no copy. It was literally written on paper and that was it. I didn't copy every poem, and even if I had, probably would have lost that as well. So all of those poems, and there was probably a good, I don't know, 80 odd, maybe more, all got lost. I can vaguely remember a couple of them. The very first poem I wrote was called If There Be an Eagle. And it went something like, if there be an eagle who would not spread his wings because he was afraid to fly, who would not, oh God, I can't remember, but it was, oh, it's so annoying. A couple of poems that I did keep because they were published. So I've got them. But yeah, so it's sad. It's really sad that I lost all those poems. You should make a video reading your poems. I would if I could find the poems. If I could find the poems. But obviously I wrote that poem with Kaylee as well, which was interesting. I did post that, I think, in the community on this channel somewhere, so it should still be there. It's on my phone. Let me see if I've still got it. Maybe read it. Oh God, all these notes. Bombshells from Santa. If I find it, I'll read it. Bombshells from Kaylee, November 2025. Oh, it's got to be here. It's got to be here. Bible messages from Kaylee. Kaylee messages. An ode to Kaylee. Here it is. So this is the poem that when I had that long channeling session with her, which literally stayed with me for 2 or 3 days. And it says, keep me in your dreams. Festering far from me, the brooding darkness, flowers wilted, suffocated from wooden cracked and splintered smiles. I should have seen what wasn't there. I could have felt the nothingness and heard the emptiness. That was the eye of this storm. This will be the last time, your words, like a deep echo only reaching me now that time has dispersed into me, dissolving us both, and I'm everywhere. I'm surrounded and alone in the darkness of the blinding light, deafened by the screaming silence and the movements flashing red and silver, so slowly it's suspended in the air. And then I'm gone, and I'm everywhere. This time it's real. I'm still here, watching you try to pray when you don't believe, hearing you try to cry when you're not bereaved. You try to say my name and I scream it back, and if you don't choke on my memory, I will play it back. I watched you watch me, and you did not move. You are still there, frozen in time, and I am everywhere. Do you remember making angels in the snow? Feeding each other marshmallows and dancing with Murphy real slow. How I sit with my legs crossed, always like a child, laughter rolling through me, watching as you tried. And finally, your secrets are safe with me. Did you pack this case yourself? I never laughed so much. I didn't even miss my clothes. I'll tell you about that in a second. I'm everywhere and I'm nowhere. I'm as heavy as the darkness that lives within you. I'm as light as the air you stole from me. I'm every word you waste. I'm every thought and every face. I'm the sigh, the sound of fear, the weight, belief or faith. Don't you dare to keep me in your dreams. Just pray that you are in mine. So the line about the suitcase was, she showed me that one of the things that she laughed about was when she moved to 1122, she took a suitcase with her, but she took the wrong one, which was her dad's suitcase, or her dad took the wrong suitcase because he was traveling somewhere. So he ended up going somewhere with all of Kaylee's stuff, and she said she still laughs about it because she can imagine him opening this suitcase and seeing her underwear and all her girly stuff. And yeah, and apparently that was validated at some point later on about a suitcase. I don't know who said it, or I don't know. I don't know if I believe it unless I heard it from the horse's mouth, unless I actually heard it from Steve, but interesting anyway. I have also made a music video to that poem, but I say sorry, I've made the song, I haven't made the video, but I need to make the video because I want to use that as well. Thank you, Donna. It is an emotional poem. I feel myself like, just reading it. Yellow suitcase. Yeah, Coco. Exactly. Yellow suitcase. Where did you see that, by the way? If you've seen it. That did happen. So yeah, she's talking to, in that poem, by the way, don't make the mistake of thinking that she's talking directly to her father all the way through. She's not. There's part of this is her talking to her father at the end because he knows stuff. So she is directing some of it at him because she wants him to do the right thing. But yeah, the beginning through the middle is about her talking to the person that took her life. Or people that knew who took her life as well and didn't do anything about it. Saw a pic yesterday of a suitcase under the bed. Under Kaylee's bed. Steve told that story, Coco. That's mad. I'd love to know when, because I always want to know when a story, is first publicized compared to when I've picked it up and publicized it myself. Because it's the best kind of validation. Not for me, because I don't need it validated. I 100% believe what I'm receiving. But anyone else, it's like I want other people to have that validation that this isn't something I've heard and I'm pretending or I'm lying. I want other people to have that validation that what I'm feeling and connecting with is real. And I know that most of you, 100% have me, but there are people out there that don't. And it's not just so much about, I want people to believe me to do with the Idaho 4. I want people to understand and believe that this actual, the act of connecting with spirit is real. You can actually do it. It's not, it upsets me so much when you see these channels where they're constantly going out and they're debunking every single psychic you can possibly name. Just, it doesn't matter who it is. All psychics are fakes. All, they're all liars. They're all fakes. They're all grifters. A lot of them are. But don't debunk the whole thing and say that it doesn't exist. That's really sad. I want to prove people wrong. I really do. Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes, it's on his channel, is it? Thank you, Coco. We're all connected and we all have the gift to tap into ourselves and our guides. They're missing out and we just want to share that. Yeah, exactly. Peace and that joy that comes with that connection. It's a whole, honestly, you're unlocking a whole new world. You really do unlock a whole new world. I'm still very new, I'm still very much a novice at connecting with spirit. Some spirit you can connect with easier than others. It's kind of like when you meet people and you've never met them before, you're trying to figure them out, it's like, I'm not sure if it's like you're not gonna know someone the instant you first meet them. Your first impressions are huge, but it's very much like that when you're connecting with spirit. You're kind of questioning, am I actually connecting, or am I, you know, I don't know how to explain it. It happens to me and it scares me every time. Why are people scared of it? Don't be scared of it. I understand why, but you shouldn't be scared of it because, first of all, my first question to you, Coco, is, are you scared because it feels dark? And if the answer is no, then there's nothing to be scared of. It scares you because it's the unknown. And I know you're scared because you're worried about what you're letting in. Don't be scared, because you're so scared that you're not letting anything in, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, people are trying to communicate with you, Coco, and that is an honor. You should feel honored. You should be like, oh my God, they picked me. And you've already told me about a couple of dreams you've had. You've dreamt about, the latest one was Ethan. And I remember you told me about a year ago, you had a dream about someone else. I can't remember who it was. Was it Kate? It was someone that they're trying to communicate with you. They don't choose anyone, They don't just go up to anyone and go, hey, yeah, I want to tell you all about my personal shit. So you should feel honored, honestly. It's this case. And you're in it. You're in this, people watch it. People can be in it in the Idaho 4 because they're watching every single video and they're getting involved in it. But it's not the same as what you're doing, because you are actually interacting with people who are involved in the case. It's different for you. It's same for me. I'm interacting with people who are actually involved in the case because I'm doing it spiritually. So you're opening up a door there, which, there's a door being opened, and the people on the other side could quite easily just go, get on, do you do what you do and I'll do what I do. I'm not really interested. But people trust you, spirit are trusting you to help them. So yeah, Kaylee. People think you're mentally ill if you try to talk about intuition these days. When I try to talk about this case to a friend, like I need to be hospitalized, then, let them do their thing, you do your thing. It's like, we don't all have to agree. And I don't know why people, I say it time and time again, why do people get so upset because they have a different opinion to you, or you have a different opinion to them? Why is that so personally affronting? I don't get it. If we all thought the same and we all liked the same things, we would all be walking around and we'd all look the same, we'd all sound the same, we'd all want the same things. Oh my God, please, someone put me out my misery. How long would it be before you just be like, you know, oh, what a nightmare. What an absolute nightmare. Debbie, I remember when my dog passed away, and a week later I heard the pattering about the kitchen. It was lovely. Oh, exactly. It's like, yeah, it's a wonderful thing. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. It makes you realize that we're all just a spirit. We are spirit. This is just the uniform that we're wearing for now, for this life, but our spirit goes on. Our spirit can stick around. It can, not stick around. That's probably the wrong way to put it. But be around you when you need, who was that? I was doing a reading for someone. Was it today? Did I do a reading today? It's been a very long day. I did do a reading today. Girl in Australia. I don't know if you're here. I'm not going to talk about your reading if you're here. It was I said, oh, I might see you for the live, because it was going to be 7 a.m. her time. She said, oh, that's not too early. I said, it bloody is for me on a Saturday morning. Danielle, I don't know if she's here. I don't think she is, but did a live reading for her this morning, and yeah, her dad came through. That was lovely. And she was saying to me, like everyone says, I'm really trying to connect. I'm really, really trying and so hard and I can't connect. I'm like, yeah, but you know what spirit do? They're there the whole time and you're going, I really need to connect. I really need to connect. And you can imagine this person's literally sitting next to you going, you all right, love? I'm here. That's literally what they're like. And they're like, just relax, I'm here. And I was saying that to her. I said, he's there, don't worry. I consciously turned off my psychic connections when my adopted dad's kidneys failed, and I correctly knew which patients were going to die. Scared me, but don't know how to switch on again. And I hate to say it, death is not a curse, you know? Death is the end of this journey, and you go home, and then you get sent off on another journey somewhere. It's just a series of journeys that we're going on, you know, to learn about things we need to learn about, you know? So, yeah, I understand it. I get it. I didn't used to think the way I think. I used to be terrified of spirit, same as many people are. I've always tried to hide it away. My nephew calls me Auntie Witch. um, yeah, maybe try starting with daily meditation. That's a really good shout. It's a really good piece of advice. And then people go, I can't meditate. I can't meditate. I've tried and I can't. What do you mean you've tried? You don't need to try to meditate. That's like saying I need to try. I can't breathe. I've tried breathing and I can't do it. I can't breathe because I get mixed up with the ins and the outs. And no, you don't need to try. You just need to relax. You just need to relax and just go with the flow. That's really what meditation's about, is just go with the flow, relax. There's no right, there's no wrong. Enjoy the sensations, tap into your own senses, tap into your taste, tap into your vision, tap into your hearing, tap into your feeling, you know, and do it one at a time. And before you know it, you'll be as relaxed as anything. That's why I love meditating outside, because then I can tap into the sounds of nature. Like I hear the birds. Sometimes I hear people talking. Sometimes I hear a car pull up. Sometimes I hear, you know, a dog barking. And it's all part of the meditation, getting lost in it. It's not about avoiding it. That's the biggest mistake people make, is that they say, I've got to block it out. I've got to block it out. No, you don't. You welcome it in. It becomes part of the meditative experience. So, yeah. But stop trying, Anna, stop trying. Just relax. Because the fact that you're saying you're trying means that you're doing it wrong. There shouldn't be any trying involved. You know, it's as easy as breathing, literally. And sometimes that's a good place to start as well, is just to learn how to breathe, because that also takes your focus off of your worrying about, I don't know how to meditate. So just focus on your breathing. And it's one of the hardest things to actually master is breathing, funnily enough. It's one of the things that I found difficult when you're trying to engage or follow a rhythm and you find it hard and you find yourself catching your breath. And then eventually you get used to it and you do find your rhythm. And then that becomes an incredibly relaxing thing to be able to do, is get into the rhythm of breathing. So yeah, you're relaxing, not trying to. Just give yourself time. Don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself time. Just focus on you. That's all it's about, is meditation, is focusing on giving yourself that space you know, without any interruptions, however long you can afford to do it for. Maybe it's 10 minutes, doesn't matter. I started out with guided meditations. They helped me to learn to get into calmness, naturally, and I could then go on my own. Yeah, I think most people start with guided meditations, but don't become reliant on them, because then you're not connecting with your own mind. You know, you're connecting with someone else's mind. So, wow, my pen is clearly leaking, so maybe I should put that down. Just checking it's not all over my face because usually it is. Yeah. And then, basically what I went from guided meditations to mantras or chanting, which is also it's very good to get yourself into a meditative kind of trance like state. There's so many different types of meditation as well. There's relaxing meditation, there's energy enhancing meditation, there's trance meditation. So, and if anyone wants to try meditating, please, please, please use the Insight Timer app. It is amazing and it's free. There is an endless library of meditations, breath work, podcasts, you name it. It's amazing. And you can download it for free. It's called the Insight Timer. But I'm hoping, so it's Insight, INSIGHT, Insight Timer, correct. And you can do, you don't, they also have, the reason it's called Insight Timer is because there's a timer, if you're like me and Cookie and you like to do silent meditations, where you can just set the timer and it will start with a with a bell, a chime, and you can choose the bell as well. And you can have bells intermittently throughout, so 10 minutes have passed, or you don't have to. And you can also have background noises, like, for example, you might want some white noise or pink noise, brown noise, whatever. I use my latest favorite one, weirdly, is pink noise when I'm channeling, because that helps me channel. But yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing. I invite you to go and discover that. Cookie, you're welcome. I've just had a warning come up on my computer saying that I've got low disk space, which means that I need to probably end this now, unfortunately. But before I do, let's quickly do the card. So let's quickly do the card. Probably means that everything's out of sync now that I'm low on disk space. It means that when this gets played back, unless it's already showing, it might be, my audio and video won't be in sync anymore, unfortunately. Let's do the card. It's been a lovely couple of hours, guys. Time's passed quickly, hasn't it? Okay, so the card is another perfect piece of advice. It says, live in joy. Humanity needs your joy. Planet Earth needs your joy. The universe needs your joy. And that's why you're here. Find what brings you joy, start living it, and you will have fulfilled your purpose. Let's read it again. Live in joy. Humanity needs your joy. Planet Earth needs your joy. The universe needs your joy. And that's why you're here. Find what brings you joy, start living it, and you will have fulfilled your purpose. There's always something to be happy about, guys. Doesn't matter how sad or dark or difficult or whatever's going on in your life. We all go through times which are just, incredibly emotionally challenging. But there will always be something in amongst the darkness. There's always light in the darkness somewhere. So, Coco, I believe Sue is reading Kipler again on Monday due to the change in BK's trial. That's right. I am. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you for making my Friday evening so amazing. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to Essie, Tara, Cookie, Hannah. I don't know if you're here. 2 fab readings, one after the other. Thanks, Sue. Thank you. Thank you, Nicolette. Thank you. I didn't see you come in, but thank you for being here. And thank you for all the gifts. Thank you for, just your general engagement. You've all been amazing. And I will see you on Saturday. Sunday. So I've got Saturday in my mind for some other reason, which is tomorrow. But I will see you on Sunday with DA, hopefully, if he decides to grace me with his presence. But thank you, guys, as always. Until next time, enjoy the journey.
Footsteps echo down a hollow hall. Shadows stretch where the secrets crawl. A flick of light, a shattered glass. Truth buried deep beneath the past. Who holds the gavel? Who breaks the chain? Who hides the evidence? Who shifts the blame? Behind the badge, behind the smile, lies a ledger dripping vile. Redding stains and twisted ties. A house of mirrors built on a silent handshake out of sight. Justice wears a crooked grin. The game was rigged before it could be.